Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to today's lecture. I'm Miss John with Maricopa Academy, and today we're going to be learning grade 8 science. So let's go. So we're going to be learning about characteristics of living things, which is also one of the foundations of um, the sciences. You need to learn characteristics of living things so then you can build upon that knowledge for whatever things you want to learn in this subject. Okay. So before we can learn about the characteristics of living things, we need to understand what biology is. So what is biology? Because the science we're doing life sciences today, and life sciences is going to be focusing more on biology. So what is biology? Biology is the study of life. Okay. So biology is a branch of the sciences that studies anything that is living, anything that is alive. And life means to be living and alive. So biology is a study of life. So that branch of science that studies life is known as biology. Okay, so it's even coined from two words, bio and logos. Okay, so biology is a study of life. But we're not going to be focusing on that today. We want to learn about the characteristics of living things. So the next thing, we need to look at the characteristics of living things. Okay, so we have learned that living things, for something to be a living thing, that means it's alive. So we need to learn the characteristics. So living things respond to the environment. They have cells, they grow and develop. They have complex chemistry. They produce offspring and they maintain homeostasis. So we're going to be looking at each of these characteristics one by one so that we can better understand. So when we say that they respond to changes in the environment, all living things respond to their environment after they have detected changes to them. So, for example, if the weather is cold and you've been inside the house has been warm, and then you step outside for a bit and the weather is cold, you begin to shiver and begin to like hold yourself together so that you begin to feel warm. So that's a response to the environment. Another example is when you step on a rock. A rock is a non-living thing. So when you step on a rock, it's not going to move, it's not going to respond to any changes. But if you step on a turtle, that turtle is going to move because it is responding to change that's detected the change and it's responding to that change in the environment. So the next one we need to look at is that living things have cells. So all living things have cells. Every form of life is made up of cells. So from microorganisms that we cannot see with the naked eye, to giant trees, to humans, etc. Every form of life is made up of cells. So cells are the basic units of living things in terms of their structure and function. Every living thing has cells. So plants and animals have cells, microorganisms have cells. So although living things appear different from one another on the outside, they are very similar in terms of cells because every living thing is made up of the basic unit, which is cell. So the next thing we need to look at is that they grow and develop. So living things grow and develop, whether plants or animals or even microbes, everything that is living grows. Uh, for those of us who keep pets at home, the first day you bought that pet or brought the pet home, it must have been maybe a little puppy or a little kitten. And right now that animal has grown. So that's a characteristic of a living thing. They grow and they develop. Plants grow, animals grow, even microbes, they also grow. And the next one is that they have complex chemistry. So all living things have complex chemistry. And even the simplest of life forms still have complex chemistry. So what does this mean? This means that first of all, they are made up of complex molecules, which we have glucose, we have protein, we have carbohydrates, we have protein, we have nucleic acids, as you can see on the screen. So all living things have complex molecules. And then they also go through complex chemical changes in order to survive. The process of getting nutrition from the food you eat is a complex chemical change for human beings to survive. So this is also a characteristic of living things. They have complex chemistry. And the next one is that they produce offspring. All living things can reproduce. Reproduction is a process where living things give rise to new offspring. So it may be as simple as a single cell dividing into two, which is mitosis, or the process where a man and a woman have a child together. That's still reproduction. That is the process where a living thing gives rise to a new offspring in your own kind. Okay, so living things also maintain homeostasis. So living things maintain a constant internal environment. The way our body works, I'm going to use humans as living things as an example. If there is a slight change in the internal environment, you're going to be sick. So that's why the entire body systems work together to maintain that constant environment so that you are healthy at all times. So this happens through the process of homeostasis. So homeostasis is the process of maintaining a stable internal environment. So if the weather is hot, the body temperature is going to adjust. Whether it's cold, the body temperature is also going to adjust so that you can have that stable or constant internal environment. Okay, so this is a review of the characteristics of living things. So they respond to the environment, they have cells, they grow and develop, they have complex chemistry, they produce offspring, and they maintain homeostasis. I trust that you enjoyed this lesson today, learning about what biology is and about what's living things, the characteristics of living things. I hope you enjoyed watching this lesson. Do have a nice day. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and press the bell icon to get notified about our latest videos.